Let's griddle up one of my all-time favorites, fried cheesy cabbage fritters. You're going to want 3 cups of finely chopped cabbage. Trust me when I say, yeah, you can freshly grate it, but getting one of these bags of angel hair coleslaw is so much easier, and just chop up the bigger pieces. No real science to it. See a piece that looks a little too big to your liking? Chop it up. So these right here, I've roughly chopped the bulbs of 2 bunches of green onions. You know, the type that are in the little rubber bands in the produce. I like to call them the high octane onions. They got a lot of flavor. And I'm just going to take my knife and chop them in with the cabbage and mix them up real good. So next I got 1/4 cup of a mozzarella provolone blend, 1/4 cup of cheddar jack, 1/4 cup of cotija cheese. If you've never had it, it's like grated feta. It's amazing. Next, I'm coming in with 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/8 teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt, 1/2 teaspoon of dried chives. I'm going to put that in there. And then next, I'm going to come in with 2 large eggs, and I'm going to pour them in. They'll just help bind it together and hopefully let our fritters take shape. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of whole milk. You can always add a tablespoon or so more later if you need it, but you want to be able to form them and not have it be too soupy. So this right here is pretty easy. I just take a spoon and do it by hand, bust up the yolks of them eggs, just kind of get everything mixed in nice and well until you get a consistency about like this. So right here I take a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper, and you see I'm taking this sturdy little spatula here. I'm pushing this down into a thin layer. So next I just like to take my spatula and I'm going to do some vertical and horizontal lines and make them little squares. And the reason I'm doing this is just to make it a little bit easier to work with, because once I get them done, something like this, I'm going to put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes to let them firm up and be easier to work with. So I've got the Steelmade Griddle well oiled, preheated about 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can see how I just kind of scooped them off the cookie sheet there. I'm going to let them fry for about 5 minutes on each side. You can see them sizzling, getting nice and golden brown. So like I said, about 5 minutes on each side. You can see how easily my spatula goes under it. If you got a good seasoned griddle and they're ready to flip, you shouldn't have no issue here. If they feel like they're sticking, then you want to, let them go a minute or 2 longer, and that'll give them enough time to finish up. But right now, you can see they're flipping easily, luckily, and we're getting a nice little golden brown color to them. And that's it. Once they're nice and golden and crispy on each side, you're ready to plate them. Have a little fun with it if you want to garnish them, but honestly, these eat pretty darn good right off the griddle. Obviously, you want to let them cool a little bit so you don't burn your tongue, but you don't want to let them lay too long because these are best enjoyed fresh. Trust me. I'm going to finish them off with some scallions, cotija cheese, red pepper, and drizzle on some homemade ranch. If you never had homemade ranch before, it's worth a try. And guess what? I got a video you can watch on how to make it if you don't know how. Appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, let's keep cooking. Fun fact. Scrolls found in China dating back to 1000 BC stated that cabbage could cure baldness in men. Note to self, eat more cabbage.